Well, good morning. I think I'm going to get started here, and people can keep trickling in, but we can get the business stuff out of the way first. The most important thing is there's going to be a quiz today. This is the most important piece of business. It's a fun quiz, and there's a prize at the end. So on the PowerPoint, anytime you see a number, I think it's anything that's numbered, it's going to be some song lyrics. And if you want to, next to the number, jot down the person who sang the song or wrote the song. I'll give you credit for either one. There are going to be 5, but I did realize that we have one right here in the title of the presentation. So consider this one number 0 to start out. You don't have to participate, but you can. So my name is Elizabeth Giffen, and I'm a music therapist from Minnesota. I work at Hospice of the Twin Cities in Minnesota, which is associated with the Hennepin County Medical Center. And I'm just saying I don't have anything to disclose here. I just thought I would start by giving you an overview of who a music therapist is and what a music therapist does. Because contrary to popular opinion, sometimes people actually say this to me, it's not about playing Kumbaya. I say, sing 2 verses of Kumbaya and call me in the morning. I don't do that. I don't know, people are obsessed with Kumbaya. Everyone asks me that when I say I'm a music therapist. And in all my years, I have been asked to sing Kumbaya once by one client, and we had a lovely time. But a music therapist is a professional who uses music to help an individual address or achieve an already established goal. A lot of times we're working in an interdisciplinary team. So I might be working with, in my job I work with nurses, doctors, chaplains, and social workers. In other fields, a music therapist might be working hand in hand with a physical therapist, occupational therapist. In a school setting, they might be working with other teachers, working on an IEP for a student with special needs. But we're all working to help a client achieve a goal, and we music therapists just use music as a way to help achieve that. And the difference between a music therapist and just using music as therapy, because I'm sure you all use music. Yes? Oh, yes. Well, there are going to be only 5 song lyrics to answer. So they're also on the handout. Do you have a handout? And what I'm going to do at the end is I'm just going to ask how many people knew to determine the prize. So we'll figure it out from there. You don't have to write it down. Sure. I was saying that everyone, I'm sure, uses music as therapy in your daily life. The only difference with a music therapist is we're trained to facilitate groups or one-to-one sessions. We're using live music that we're playing ourselves or recorded music. And we're working with people, we're trained to work with people of different varying physical and cognitive abilities. And we're working with them to help make music or to process music. And we're also trained to support the emotional material that may come from the session. We're going to start with a video. Oh, yeah. I got to figure out the mouse. It's backwards. Here we go. Maybe we're not. We tested this a lot of times, didn't we? Okay, I can't find. There we go. Yeah, let me get there. marching bands are my favorite. Oh, she's feeling it there. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh. Whoops. Oh no. What's happening? Yeah. The mouse is backwards, so I was having to try to. God. Sorry. Here. Phew. Okay. So I think I'll get better at this as we go. Music has the power to make us move. Sometimes we just can't resist when we feel it. A lot of times we can't resist moving. It's a great way to get us going as well. Everyone knows that exercise is so helpful for our own personal fitness, for our mental and emotional health. It can really help when we're struggling with depression, alleviate some of that a bit, help our mood stabilize. So I'm going to just have us get going this morning a little. We had a little bit of music as people were coming in, but right now I'm going to have you just clap along with me. We're feeling the backbeat, yeah. Now I'm going to ask you a question, and if the answer to the question is yes, I want you to clap above your heads. Okay. How many people regularly use music to exercise? Okay. How many people regularly use music to clean the house? Ooh. How many people use music to get out of bed in the morning? Okay, now keep clapping. When we stop clapping, I want you to keep your arms up. Ready? Here we go. Oh, it's so much less fun without the music. Yeah, almost everybody raised your hands. Oh, I gotta be on the microphone. Sorry, we're streaming live here. Almost everyone raised your hands, right? You use music every day as therapy. We all do. It's a great way to get us moving and to maintain our movement. There isn't research that says that music is going to make us work out longer or lift more weights just because we're listening to music, but music has that power to divert our attention away from what we're doing and to help us not think about the fact that moving is a little bit making us a little sore, making us a little winded. It has a way to keep us occupied, our brain occupied on something else. Also, there are times when we hit what it says is that flow state for internal motivation. That's that kind of autopilot or Zen time that people hit. Have you had that experience with music where you're just so entrained to it? Your breathing is entrained to it, your movement is entrained to it, and you and the music kind of become one. That's when we move a little bit longer. We move a little bit more than we thought we could. It can also make you work a little harder, or at least feel like you're working harder. There was a study of college students in an aerobics class, and 97% of them felt that the music helped improve their performance in exercise. So they felt they could just do a little bit more because they were inspired. It can give us that extra push. I'm wondering, has anyone had the experience at maybe a wedding reception where maybe you're tired from just all of the day's festivities, or maybe you've been dancing a bit and you've stopped and you sit down and you think, no more. There's no way I can get up anymore. And suddenly a song comes on, and it's a song you love and you can't resist it, and before you know it, you're back up on the floor dancing again. Raise your hand if you've had that. Yeah. Anyone want to share what that song would be for you? Yeah. Shout. Yep. That would do it for me too. Yeah, it's a good communal song. Music has been shown to have the ability well, it hasn't even been shown. We know music evokes emotions that help us maintain through things too. If you're listening to your favorite song while you're doing a tough workout, it's putting you in a better mood. It's allowing you to keep going. I wanted to give an example next of music making for intentional movement. And this is more in that kind of therapeutic realm, music therapy realm. I wonder if I could get 2 brave volunteers to come up near the podium here. It's not hard, I promise. I'm going to have you do a little exercise, that's all. Oh. Okay. Yep. Yeah, come on. Thank you. So, actually, we only need one person sitting. So, you're going to stand. Okay. Okay.
Well, I get these.
I have to talk in the microphone here, sorry. So we are going to think about this as a music therapy situation. Now, you're going to be a person, a client, so you're going to sit down here, and let's say you've been working with the occupational therapist, and the occupational therapist has been worried about, it's Peter's left shoulder, because it's been a little sore. He hasn't been raising his arms up and down a lot, and he's got some stiffness there. Is it your left shoulder too? We should have had you come up. So an occupational therapist would say, Peter, I want you to raise your hand up as high as you can, okay, and back down, right? And what I'm noticing here is Peter's not quite getting all the way up. So the occupational therapist would probably, and you're going to be the occupational therapist for this moment, you're going to stand behind Peter, and you're going to give him a target of how high you want him to reach. And reach up, what's your name?
Noah.
Reach up until you hit Noah's hand. Can you, oh, yeah, good. And then all the way down. Good, try again. Okay, now Peter, I'm going to have you do that 40 times.
I hope you're counting.
Okay, no, I'm not. But, and this is not, occupational therapists have great tricks for intentional movement too, so I'm not trying to diss an occupational therapist. But as a music therapist, when I was working with OTs, we did something called therapeutic instrument music performance, which is a fancy way to say we used instruments to play during exercise. So hang on. Noah, I'm going to have you hold a drum up at that target. And can you hold the other one? Can you do 2? Yeah, you're good. I'm giving Peter that, and we're going to get you a little music here. All right, now I want you to reach down and up and hit those drums. Do the best target you can, yep. Ah, okay, so he's got some targets, and he's playing along a little bit. Excellent, and you don't have to do it 40 times. Now I can't get the music stopped. Hang on. No. Well, it just, maybe if I, oh, okay. So thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep. And it can be fun on an individual level, but it's great as a group. If you can get a group of people doing this, and you can be as creative as you want with your use of the instruments. I worked for many years in a long-term care facility that had a Huntington's unit, and we worked very closely with occupational therapy and physical therapy. And our TIMP group was the most fun because we had a large group of people just working on basic range of motion, arms, legs, and we would do things like we had tambourines that were attached to walkers. So you could lift your knees and hit the tambourines, or you could do things with kicking. We had a row of percussion instruments that hung from PVC pipe, and you'd reach up your legs and kick those. And then it was like a band when the whole group was together, and we really rocked out for a good 45 minutes twice a week. So we're going to move on to music for relaxation. But before we do, I just want to say, if you have questions or comments as I'm going, feel free to raise your hand, shout something out. I want this to be a conversation as well. So, nope. Sorry. For some reason, my video isn't playing. Let's see. The mouse is gone. Ah. There we go.
มันรีบไต่ขึ้นฟ้าหันหลังมาแยงมุมลายตัวนั้น ฉันเห็นมันสงสารเหลือทน วันหนึ่งมัน
So she's singing right now.
ไหลลงจากบนหลังคาพระอาทิตย์ส่องแสงฝนแห้งเหือดไปลับตา มันรีบไต่ขึ้นฟ้าหันหลังมาน้ำตาลุกวาววาววาววาววันนั้นฉันเห็นมันสารเหลือทน วันมันเปียกฝนไหลลงจากบนหลังคาพระอาทิตย์ส่องแสงฝนแห้งเหือด
So it even works on elephants.
ไปลับตามันไปขึ้นฟ้าหันหลังมา
So I wanted to ask for a little quiz here. Oh, and to remind people who came in late, I'm sorry. When you see a number up here, there are some song lyrics there. And if you want to make a mental note or jot down the singer or composer of the song, who you think it is, there's going to be a little, there's going to be a prize at the end. So if you missed number 0, which was the cover, or number 1, you can take a look at the handout in the back there, or you can ask me after. I'll check in with people before we offer the prize. But I was wondering, what music do you think is most relaxing to people? Someone said classical. Okay. Anyone else?
Barry Manilow.
Barry Manilow. Are you a fan-alo? I am too. So classical, Barry Manilow. Any other guesses?
It might be whatever emotionally you are, I mean, an individual question, because
Mm-hmm.
everybody has a connection to music for a different reason.
So is it Marianne? Marianne said it might be whatever people connect with. It might be an individual thing. And Marianne is right. Ding, 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 ding. That research consistently shows that preferred music, each person's preferred music, is what is going to help them relax. And it has an incredible power to help us relax. When we are listening intentionally, when we are letting our breathing entrain to the music, music has the ability to alter our respiratory rate, to alter our heart rate. It has been found in studies to lower cortisol levels, which is the stress hormone. Oh, there's a question in back. Yeah. Jazz. Would jazz be the music that would most relax you? Yeah.
That explains why Barry Manilow doesn't relax.
Exactly. Right. Right. What relaxes one person could send the other person totally over the edge. Yeah. Music has been shown to increase parasympathetic nervous system activity, which is the kind of rest and digest activity in our nervous system. It's also been shown to decrease the sympathetic nervous activity, which is that fight or flight. So all the kind of stressful nervous system activity certainly can be reduced by listening to music that we like. I mean, have you had that experience before? Does anyone put on music to just escape a little bit? Yep. Yeah. And so it might be Barry Manilow. Anyone else want to share what works for them? Neil Young. Oh, yeah. Yeah. You had your hand up. Who was that? Lullabies. Oh, yeah, you're like the elephant. Yeah.
I work with a 5-year-old on an event at home, and we turn on the soundscapes where it's like, it's not classical, but it's the harps and the.
So the kind of music for relaxation CDs, they make those. Yep.
He wakes up an hour earlier if we don't.
Oh.
So it's like background music to block out the vent and.
I want to repeat what you said for the recording. So Marianne said she works with a 5-year-old at home who's on a vent, and when she plays the relaxation music that the 5-year-old likes, is it a he, did you say? Or she? He wakes up he sleeps an hour longer than if they don't play the music. That's fascinating. That's worth a study right there. Uh-huh.
How do they know that?
Because she's
5 nights a week.
because she's there at home with the child. I thought maybe I could lead us through a relaxation and music exercise. And of course, today I'm just going to put on some generic relaxation music, for lack of a better word, because I can't please everyone here. But we're going to focus on just slowing down a little bit. So if you feel comfortable, you can close your eyes. I wonder, are there dimmers in the back at all? That's okay. That's all right. And just, oh, I think I lost my microphone. Okay, thanks. We know what that dial's for. All right. Okay, and as you close your eyes, can you actually turn that volume down a little bit? Okay. And as you, as you close your eyes, just bring your attention to your breath. Feel the natural rhythm of your breathing, and just let it come and go in and out of your body. And as you continue to focus on your breath, imagine a relaxing color, a color that feels good to you, that brings feelings of contentment. And once you have that color, imagine that as you're breathing in a relaxing breath, the color of relaxation. That relaxing energy is coming in up to the top of your head, and it's moving gently down across your scalp, behind the space of your eyes, your face, your chin and your jaw. And just let the muscles of your jaw relax. breathing in a breath of relaxation and breathing out anything that you don't need to hold today. And bring another breath of comfort in, feeling it fill the space of your throat, feeling those muscles relax, feeling it move across your shoulders as you bring your shoulders down towards the rest of your body, feeling that breath of relaxation move into your arms, your wrists, your fingers, as you let your hands rest on your lap or on the chair. And now following that energy back up your arms, your shoulders, and following that breath of relaxation down into your chest, bringing special attention to your heart as you welcome the breath of comfort in that place. And now following the breath down into your stomach, your lower back, your pelvis, and noticing your body relax as you let the chair do all the work to support you. Knowing that there's nowhere else you need to be and nothing else you need to do. And following your breath down into your legs, your thighs, through the space of your knees and your calves, down to your ankles and feet, and feeling your feet rest gently on the floor, feeling the support of the floor beneath you, knowing that you are safe and secure in this place and in this moment. As you continue to be with your breath and to be with the relaxed sense in your body, be aware of a sense of renewal that is there for you and the idea that you can return to this place anytime you need to. It is here for you. Feel ready, you can slowly open your eyes. We can bring the lights back up. I'm wondering, how was that for people? Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was nice. Someone said relaxing. Yeah. Yeah, it can bring emotion. Someone said, made me cry. Even just taking time to unplug can connect us with our emotions strongly. Mm-hmm. That was about 3 minutes that you took in your day. Imagine if you took 5 or 10 minutes every day just to do that. And there are great resources online of guided imagery scripts that you can, they're MP3s, you can just click on them, find one you like, find the one that works for you and keep returning to it or explore new ones. I have those in my resource page at the back too, a suggestion for a site, but you can find the site that works best for you too. I would also suggest when you're listening to music for the purpose of relaxation, you might want to pair it with something that will help you connect even more to the music. So pair it with breathing exercises. People like Andrew Weil and other health practitioners, they have great suggestions for breathing exercises. I put that on the resource slide at the end too. You can We talked about the guided imagery, or what we did was guided relaxation. We didn't do much imagery, just the color. Yes? You would guide them through, what was that part? Oh, perfect. So you learned it in Lamaze. You learned those exercises and then shared them with your kids. Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah. And it worked? Yeah. Mm-hmm. My daughter is, it helped you deliver too. So, for anyone out there in that position, yeah. My daughter is, I would say she's 12. She can be resistant to a lot of things I might have to offer these days. But one thing she does return to when she can't sleep is she'll say, because I practice music and guided imagery as part of my music therapy, I see private clients, and she'll say, "Can you give me an image? I can't sleep." And she will let me share that with her. Also, drawing with music is a great way to help you connect even more with the music. You know, you can freestyle draw, or there are all those coloring books these days that you can explore. So for anyone who walked in now a little bit later, just so you know, anytime you see a number, I'm sorry to repeat this, but it is a contest with a prize. If you see a number with some song lyrics next to it, I'm asking that you try to think of who sang or wrote that song. And we're going to have a contest to see who can name the most. But we're moving on here to music for connection. This is from the documentary Alive Inside. I bet a lot of you have seen this.
Hi, Papa. Hi, Papa.
Huh?
How you doing?
I'm all right. I'm fine. Wait.
Who am I?
I don't know. Wait a minute. I don't know.
Okay, it's Jerry. How long has he been in the nursing home? Approximately 10 years. He was having seizures, and my mother couldn't handle him at home. Of course, it affected me greatly because he was always, fun-loving, singing, every occasion he would come out with a song, no matter where he was. I remember as a child, he used to walk us down the street, me and my brother, and he would stop and do Singing in the Rain. He would have us jumping and swinging around poles. He was, he was good. He was always into music, always loved singing, dancing.
His name is Henry Dreyer.
Uh-huh.
And I'm looking more or less for religious music for him.
Okay.
Because he enjoys music and he always quoting the Bible. So I'd rather have that for him.
We first see Henry inert, maybe depressed, unresponsive, and almost unalive.
Henry.
Yeah?
Henry.
Yes, sir.
I found your music. You want your music now?
What do you want me?
Let's try your music, okay? And then you tell me if it's too loud or not.
Then he is given an iPod containing, we know, his favorite music. And immediately he lights up. His face assumes expression. His eyes open wide. He starts to sing and to rock and to move his arms, and he's being animated by the music.
And he used to always sit on the unit with his head like this. He didn't really talk to much people. And then when I introduced the music to him, this is his reaction ever since.
I love how happy it makes her.
The philosopher Kant once called music the quickening art, and Henry is being quickened. He's being brought to life.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the music for 1 second, okay? Just to ask you a few questions. Okay? I'm going to give it back to you.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
The effect of this doesn't stop, because when the headphones are taken off, Henry, normally mute and virtually unable to answer the simplest yes or no questions, is quite voluble.
Henry,
Yeah,
do you like the iPod? Do you like the music you're hearing?
yes.
Tell me about your music.
Well, I don't have one, I mean.
Do you like music?
Yeah, I'm crazy about music. You play beautiful music, beautiful sound.
Did
Beautiful.
Did you play music when you were? Did you like music when you were young?
Yes, I went to big dances and things.
What was your favorite music when you were young?
Well, I guess, well, Cab Calloway was my number one band guy I like.
What's your favorite Cab Calloway song?
Oh, I'll be home there for Christmas. Oh, you can count and plan on me with plenty of snow, mistletoe, present wrapped around your tree. Ow!
So in some sense, Henry is restored to himself. He has remembered who he is, and he's reacquired his identity for a while through the power of music.
What does music do to you?
Give me the feeling of love. No man. Figure right now the world need to come into music, singing. You got beautiful music here. Beautiful, oh, lovely. And I feel the band of love, the dream. Lord came to me, made me holy. I'm a holy man. So he gave me this sound. I'll just say, I meet you. Let me see. Rosalie, won't you love me? Rosalie, won't you be sweet and kind?
With this beautiful new technology, you can have all the music which is significant for you in something as big as a matchbox or whatever. And I think this may be very, very important in helping to animate, organize, and bring a sense of identity back to people who are out of it. Otherwise, music will bring them back into it, into their own personhood, their own memories, their own autobiographies.
Oopsies. Sorry. How many people have seen that documentary? A few, yeah, or maybe seen that clip on YouTube. It's a beautiful movie, and it really speaks to the ability of, again, music that we know and music that we love to affect our brains. Music is one of the only activities, there are a few others, that activates both sides of our brain, engages both sides of our brain while we're listening or making it. And because of that, it has some pretty profound effects on things like memory, on procedural memory, which is that kind of memory that is automatic. It's the old adage, it's like riding a bike. People, even who are struggling with some cognitive impairments, often can recall the lyrics to some of their favorite songs, especially the ones they learned when they were young. It comes back automatically. Now, it doesn't come back sometimes right away. It's like riding a bike. You might have to ride around a little bit to get the wobbles out, but I find that when I'm working with people with impaired cognition and impaired memory, that if I sing one of their songs once, it's kind of like stuff starts lighting up. Twice around, some words start coming, and the third time, more words, if not sometimes all words, and that's really thrilling for me as a therapist, but mostly for patients and families as well. It also connects to the emotional part of our brain, so it's the two halves, right? We have the kind of functional part and then the feelings part, and music has a way of taking us right back to a place that we've experienced. Have you had the experience where you hear a song and you're stopped in your tracks? Yeah. Does anyone feel comfortable sharing an experience like that? When you go to the beach, you relax a lot in the waves, the rhythm of the waves. It's kind of nature's music. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'll hear an old song and it'll bring me back to like when I was in high school. Remember those memories. Those oldies,
Hearing a song and takes you back to high school and those memories. Yeah. Someone at the Ask the Expert table was sharing with me today, and we weren't talking about this at all. He just knew what I did. And he said, I was in band in high school, and I had a band director who was really into Chuck Mangione. And he said, I drank the Kool-Aid. I was into it for a while. And then he said, then I reached this point where I didn't want to do it anymore. So he quit. But he said years and years later, he was standing at a parade and the marching band went by and played a song that he had played. And he said it all just came flooding back. And I said, that's what I'm going to talk about today. It happens to all of us. Songs can represent us too. We can pick music that as part of a project can be a way to communicate who we are. There's something I like to do with patients called a music autobiography, and it involves having people kind of pick important points in their life. You identify those points, and then you pair a song with each point in your life. And people then often write about or are recorded talking about why that song connects them to that place. It's a way to bring us there. Yes?
For many people, church music brings another dimension.
Church music can bring it, yes. Mm-hmm. Most definitely connects us with the spiritual as well. I'm going to just, someone had their hand up.
I was just going to say, there was one day that I just broke up with a guy. I was young, and it was like no music in an elevator. They had, real music.
Mm-hmm.
And I got in this elevator, and it was Simon and Garfunkel, Bridge Over
Troubled Water. Oh. I was going to talk about that on the next slide, but you hit it on the head. Breakup songs. Oh, they're the best. But actually, one slide before that, I'm just going to put up some different events or subjects, and I want you to take a minute and just see if you can connect a song to a subject. You don't have to do every one. I just put a bunch up so that you had different ones to pick from that might be applicable to you. So this song brings back memories of my parent. If there's a song that comes to mind when you think of a parent. My first love. My first heartbreak. Being away from home for the first time. A job. A marriage. A child. And home. I'm going to give you a minute or two to think about those and then ask if people feel comfortable to maybe share a song that came to mind. Yeah. Oh, Home by Michael Bublé. Yeah. Anyone else have one you want to share? Yeah.
I have a couple, but the marriage song, my first husband with Huntington's was pretty hard to deal with. And then the Garth Brooks song about if I'd seen, I wouldn't never have done the dance or something.
The
like that.
dance, yeah.
Yeah, and that makes me cry every time. I thought, well, I wouldn't have kids. I wouldn't have had, some good things in that life, but the marriage wasn't what I would have wanted.
So Marianne was sharing a first marriage with some struggles. Her first husband had Huntington's, and there were some real struggles there. And she thought about the song "The Dance," that even through all the struggles, there were all the things that the marriage brought that she wouldn't have if it wasn't for that.
And the child.
The child.
My grandchild. I try to visit them because they're at risk in Florida. And when they pick me up at the airport, they've always got a new song. And the one time it was, "I'm glad you came. I'm glad you came."
Playing "I'm Glad You Came" when they picked you up from the airport. Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First heartbreak. My first boyfriend broke up. I left the song "I Will Survive" on his answering machine.
That's great. It's heartbreak and kind of revenge, but loving revenge in a way. She I'm just repeating it for the recording. Oh, she broke up with her boyfriend and she left "I Will Survive" on his answering machine. That is great. And you did, and way to go. You survived. So we're going to talk about music for expression here, and I love Tina Turner, and this is Angela Bassett being Tina Turner, but it's one of my favorite scenes from the movie. No, wait, What's Love Got to Do with It? And in the scene, just to set it up for you, it's the first time that Tina Turner ever sings publicly. Have you seen the movie? She practices in her bathroom with her hairbrush, and her family kind of hears her in there, and they're like, she's crazy. And then she comes out to hear Ike Turner's band, and that night they're passing the microphone around to different people to try out singing. And the microphone comes to her, and her sister, who you'll see in a minute, says, "Oh, you should do it. You're always singing in the bathroom." I don't know if it's really how it happened, but I'm gonna believe it is, because I want to.
Get the anime. Go with me. Girl, go away. You've been practicing in the bathroom enough. Go. I know you love me, baby, but you never tell me so. You never tell me so. If you don't tell me you love me, I'm gonna pack my rags and go. I live on the street from the jukebox band. All night long they play the blues. I live across the street from my jukebox band.
Wasn't that good? It's a good movie. And she's a survivor, too. All right, Tina. Not everyone's efforts to express themselves through music are quite so fantastic, but we all can do it. Hang on here. we all can do it, and we can do it through making music ourselves, singing, playing instruments. We can do it through listening. We can pick music that matches our mood, or music that is bigger than our mood. There was some movie, I can't remember the name of it. This would be extra credit on the quiz. Susan Sarandon was in it. It was like in the 80s. I think she was married to Sam Shepard, and it was like a family drama. But every time she got mad, she was very fiery. She would go into like the living room and close the doors, and she would blast Beethoven, and it would just be shaking the walls. And it always strikes me as she found music that was bigger than her anger. So she let something else hold that anger. It can be really therapeutic to do. Music that is more sad than our deepest heartbreak, right? Music that is as happy as the joy we're feeling. It's a great way still, even if you don't want to make music yourself, to be able to express what you're feeling. It can also be a jumping off point for other conversations. In my work in hospice, we talk a lot about death and dying. It's just part of the job. And music has a way of getting to the heart of the matter a little more efficiently at times. And I'm going to give an example here. And if you know this, you can sing along with me. Some glad morning, when this life is over, I'll fly away to a land on God's celestial shores. I'll fly away. I'll fly away, old glory. I'll fly away. When I die, hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away. So, thank you. So in that song, thank you, there's the idea that when we die, we almost become like a bird and we fly away. I wonder what you think happens when we die. And that's the jumping off point for a conversation. It gets us in a place to sometimes maybe be able to think about things more with our heart than our head. It can be a great way to start a meeting. It can be a great way to start a hard conversation that you're having with someone you love, to get yourself in the heart place instead of all the stuff that's going on up here. I would really recommend that highly when you are trying to have those difficult conversations. It's a great way also to express ourselves with other people in a non-threatening, creative environment. And I was hoping that we could do that a little bit today. So I would need three brave volunteers, and with no music experience necessary. Okay? The handouts? Yeah, yes, I'll make sure you get one. I don't have one on me right now. Does anyone have a handout they would be willing to share with someone in the back? Okay. So 3 people, no music experience necessary. I'm going to have you come up to the front here. So I'm going to just introduce you to some instruments that don't require experience to play. Marianne, you get the drums. I'm going to have you hold it. And what's your name? So Elise, I'm gonna give you this instrument called the Q chord. Looks like something Prince played, huh? It's an electronic instrument that has some chords and something called a strum plate here. And then Greg, you're going to get the Reverie harp here. Ooh, okay. The Reverie harp is for those of you with music background. It can be tuned different ways. This is a pentatonic. So there are no wrong notes. It's just the pentatonic scale, and it's matched up to what Elise is playing there. Which one? This one, the Q chord. Yeah, and it has all sorts of bells and whistles on it. You can do accompaniments with it, like percussion accompaniments. You can change chords on it, so you can sing pretty much any song. The strum plate you can change to different instrument voices. So that one was I think that might have been guitar sound, but there are all sorts of ones, vibes and harp, organ, sound effects. That one is great. It's got like ocean sounds and wind sounds and birds. It's pretty neat.
How do you spell it?
It's called a Q chord. So Q hyphen CHORD. Yeah, and these are Remo drums. And I used these in that timp example. They come in all different sizes. The handle is handy to hold on to, but you can also get clips that attach them to things so you don't have to deal with holding it, which can be really great. Also, I have it on the resource page. I have Remo drums listed. There's a company, oh, for goodness sake, I'm blanking. I didn't get enough sleep. Can someone look on the back page of the resource page? There's a music company. it's not growth music, it's West Music, thank you. West Music sells like clips that will attach drums to things, and they sell adaptive mallets. So you can play the drums with a mallet without having to worry about dropping the mallet, which can be frustrating when you're in the middle of playing. The Reverie harps are made in Stillwater, Minnesota by a harp making company called Music Makers. And they're really great for music and relaxation. One of my favorite parts about using this with clients is that when you have it on your lap, Greg, did you feel it vibrating when you had it on your lap? Yeah, you can feel it through the back. And also if you put it on someone's chest and they're playing or you're playing, it's resonating right there by your heart. It's pretty neat. Oh. There was one other gadget I wanted to show you because I love this and I'm going to need a volunteer for this. Someone who, Eddie, I need you. I'm calling Eddie up. He's going to be he isn't a plant. I just know that he is a singer. So, Eddie, I'm going to have you can sit down there. Yeah. Why don't you think of a song that has a good hook in it, you know, like the hook line that you come back to a lot. Oh, he's blanking. Can anyone give Eddie a Joy to the World, like Jeremiah Was a Bullfrog one? Okay, so what you're going to do is, what I'm going to have you do is sing the part that is joy to the fishes in the deep blue sea, joy to you and me. Just that part, but just a minute.
Joy to the fishes in the deep blue sea, joy to you and me.
All right, Eddie. Wow.
Joy to the fishes in the deep blue sea, joy to you and me.
Now, hang on just a minute. I'm going to share that in my work with people with Huntington's disease, that this button was, I wish everyone had their own button who lived in the care facility, because I used this in particular with a woman who had been a singer. Singing was her everything. She taught voice lessons. She sang in all of our music groups. And as her abilities started to decline, she was losing the ability to sing. And that was hard for her. And we recorded her singing her hook line from one of her favorite songs, which was Rainy Days and Mondays Always Get Me Down. And as the years passed, we were still able to sing that song, and she was still able to sing. It was just a different way of singing. So when we get to that, when we're singing along, Eddie, maybe I was singing to you, joy to the world, all the boys and girls now.
Joy to the fishes in the deep blue sea, joy to you and me.
And there it is.
Joy to the fishes in the
Thank you, Eddie. Yeah. And this is called a Big Mac, M-A-C-K, switch button. And I mean, now you can do all that on your phone and stuff, but it's kind of nice to have a big target. They have those. They're called AbleNet is the company. A Big Mac button. Real quick here, I'm going to talk about songwriting and how everyone can do it, especially when you're doing a lyric rewrite. Look.
You put the beer in the coconut and drink it all up. You put the beer in the coconut.
Oh, sorry. Okay, well, that was it. But we can all rewrite some of our favorite songs and make them our own. writing a song or recording yourself singing with friends and family, or talking about music while your favorite music is being played, it can be a great legacy. It can be a great thing to share with people that will live on long after any of us. The process itself is just as important as the product. There's a lot of validation there when we're creating those and working on a project. I think everyone can relate to that. And it also can be a way to share your feelings, to share your hopes for people you love, regrets about things you've done. We all have them. And love. And it can be a way also to collaborate with people. I have worked with families who have written songs together. I once wrote a song after working with a mother and daughter who I met with every week. And this was in a hospice setting. The daughter had MS, and she was in the later stages, and she was unable to share verbally. But she and her mom, when I played their favorite music, which was, who does Love Lifts Me Up Where We Belong? I'm forgetting. See, I'm blanking. But what's that? Joe Cocker, yeah. So I would play that, and You Are So Beautiful, other Joe Cocker songs, and they would just sit and gaze at each other, look at each other's eyes and smile and hug each other. And so we ended up writing a song about their relationship. The mom just kind of provided all the material, and we put it to music, and it was just a great gift that was a validation of who they were at that moment. I had the opportunity to work in my work with hospice recently with a patient who has Huntington's disease, and she wanted to write a song for her mom. And her speech ability was pretty affected, and she was using a communication board when we got together. She likes to watch music videos. And so she will spell out the name of the band. Well, she used to spell out the name of the band that she wanted to watch. And so we thought that might be a good way to come up with song lyrics. So she painstakingly spelled out all of these lyrics, which I wrote down. And then I was working with, I had a music therapy practicum student, a college student, who was studying music therapy and in the practicum setting, and I asked him to put the song to music. And so he came up with a melody, and then we asked her how she wanted it to sound. We used GarageBand and kind of fiddled with it a bit to give it a sound that fit for her, and they recorded it together. And when we recorded it, her speech had declined to the point where she wasn't able to sing this song. And so we talked about her singing the hands and heart part. And what was happening when we were recording it is she was saying it all like one word, hands and heart, hands and heart. And I think some of it was being nervous, and some of it was just where she was at with her HD. And she and I agreed that maybe we could record it and through some editing separate it out. So she was actually speaking each word separately, and then we put it into the rhythm of the song. And so this is a song that she wrote for her mother, who lives far away from the care facility that she lives in, and it was a gift to her mom that her mother treasures greatly. So I'm going to play this song for you. I will make sure to tell her that her song got a rousing round of applause. I know she would appreciate that, and she was really excited to have me share that with all of you. I know I need to close here. I just want to finish by saying that, music can't change everything in our lives. It can't. It can't change the struggles that we have, the struggles that you have with HD, with being caregivers to someone who has HD. But music can change moments of our lives, and it can do it so effectively. And it can be a real transforming experience in that moment. And I encourage you to just explore ways to let music change those moments every day. So I am going to close now, but I didn't forget about the quiz. So I just want to ask, so we have 6, 0 to 5. How many people got 1 singer or songwriter? Okay, keep your hands up. How many people got 2? Okay, there are 3 with 2. Just 1. What? You only got 1? Oh yeah, put them down if you. Okay, how many people got 2? Just 1. Okay, can you tell me the 2 songs that you got?
It seems to me I've heard that song before by Frank Sinatra.
Yes, very good. Frank Sinatra. It seems to me I've heard that song before.
And number 1, Get Up Now, Get On Up, James Brown.
James Brown, Get Up Now, Get On Up. Yes, excellent. What's your name? Mel. Mel, I have a CD for you, and the CD is a compilation. It's a tribute to the singer-songwriter Donovan, and it's all these contemporary bands, including the Flaming Lips, who donated their time to do these covers for a scholarship for youth in HD families that was put together in Minnesota by Gwen and her co-workers at the Good Samaritan in Minnesota. So I've got that CD. And you can purchase this CD where, Gwen? What's the website? Oh. What's the name of the Huntington Hope. Huntington Hope. It's called Gazing. And I'm also going to try to get the HD Yo table to be selling these. I brought a bunch of them today. They're $10. All right. And I think we don't have a lot of time for questions since we did questions throughout. But if you have anything quick. Okay. Otherwise, thank you very much. Thank you.